everybody, and welcome back. This is episode 4, the best drop spot location. And Steamy Springs is by far ahead, with Shattered Slabs at 13 next, and Racetrack at 58. So average of second place is really good for me right now here in Chapter 4, Season 3. So coming in to Steamy, and one of the things I like, and I'm just getting an apple here, trying to finish out that summer quest, is that I think it's that Steamy Springs is quiet, which is interesting because Frenzy Fields, where I do terrible, is very busy. But this area is really good, and it was just came out in season 2, so it's a relatively new area to the map. And Racetrack, where I do terrible, is the same kind of, or came out in the same edition, or maybe that's the last chapter. I don't know. But regardless, it's already in the top 40s before I hear this. This little gun battle over here near Neon Bay Bridge. So just kind of ease my way over and very quickly make short work, or maybe shortish work, one hit of this Frozen Peely, and then we've got this default skin here. And I go through several guns and decide to get in with my MK. And I have a green MK, so pretty good. But I'm looking at myself, I've never got full health. So all of that time, 50 plus people got eliminated and never could get full health there. Steamy doesn't have sort of too much health, but I managed to go inside and get health up, and nearly at least. And I come back out and here's this Guff sitting outside. And so I kind of mess around. Teaches me to reload my weapons. I had to go through several weapons to get something that was loaded, but he didn't get any real hits on me, so I can go back in here and eat this mushroom and sort of get health and kind of work on things. But yeah, we're already in the top 30s or so, and so I end up just making my way over to the sanctuary, the sort of catacorner to Neon Bay Bridge, and I'm there for a while before I see anybody. And then somebody's there on my island, so I'm just kind of hanging out, and I get them really that 119 in shot 1, and then just a few more times with the explosive repeater. So explosive repeater is a good gun when you have decent aim. So just kind of sitting up here. The next storm circle I'm in, so I know people are going to be coming my way. And I see an enemy over here. Sort of to the northwest corner, and get them. They've got really good aim though, so or at least better than me at the moment. So I'm getting them a little bit, but they're getting me in exchange, in reverse. What I'm trying to say, they end up running away a little bit here to help up because just not having a good time at all. So I run down here and try to save my skin. I blew myself up there. I don't know if you noticed, but I totally blew myself up. So anyway, coming back up here, getting a little bit into storm, and that person is still just really right after me. And so they're down there, and they're taking some storm damage, but I'm not doing great either. So, I admire their sort of enthusiasm for getting me. And I see somebody fly back. They must have taken a bounce pad. Can't be worried about that. But that person comes in and hides behind this tree. So still working on them. I don't know how much shots I took at this person. At least I have the sense to back up and reload a couple times now. There's the second person coming in behind me. Do I ever get this person? I run through here, and given how low my health is, I really should have taken that med pack, but luckily I have Aquatic Warrior, so I swim at least quickly, get up a little bit, maybe I should have gone a little slower, and jump out, but taking fire from sort of the northwest there, so I run between these rocks, and I'm trying to make it over to Kenjutsu Crossing. I don't know what the point of that was. I don't stop long enough. But I see somebody's in front of me. I'm still in the stupid storm. Like, I cannot get out of the storm. Somebody dies, and I run over here, and I'm like nothing to lose. So I see them in that house, but I can't quite see, get a good aim at them. from behind the fire. I'm like, I'm gonna at least try to get up to 50% health, maybe save my skin a little bit. Let's see, you know, what I do. Mark that person and get some of back damage. I see this person here to my left, so I concentrate on them. Get shot clearly from my right, and with a thermal DMR. I think that's the person that I was fighting the whole time. So, you know, that's fine, but I get 3rd place, not too bad, decent stats in the match, as far as it goes, and that's my first match there at Steamy Springs. Could have gone a little better, I think, had I ever been healthed up after that fight, but alas, that's where I am, number 3. And into match 2, and I start with a crown because, if you'll remember from watching the other videos, I don't do these in order. I purposefully don't do them in order, because I don't want just like a bad day, or particularly sweaty lobby, or not sweaty lobbies, or whatever it's going on. I always say Sunday, sweaty Sunday. So like just making sure that there's nothing else going on to mess these up. So I try to do different locations anytime I sit down and do some matches. So I don't do all of them at once. Find some decent stuff off drop, no MK, just a flapjack, but I got a porta bunker, so I decided to go ahead and claim the flag there, or claim the location. But as usual, or as it's been in Steamy Springs, I don't have a lot of people around, so it's just really quiet. I do, however, so I managed to get the crown. I have a crown. I managed to get the monument, or claim the location, and there's just nothing I want in the is the prize. So I go ahead and take off. The storm changes and I have to go. I did manage to get a key, so I swapped that out for a purple drum, and then just kind of proceed on my way. And it's top 55 at this point. I've not seen anybody. So I cruise through Frenzy, try to get in zone, and clearly this person is just hitting me with tons of bullets. So drop that porta bunker and try to figure out where they are, because I don't know where they're at. So this person's here. I forget I've just got a flapjack. But I switched to my drum as that's going around, and I think Drift here tries to hold, I think it was Drift, to go underneath me, but I managed to get them and eat their fish. And grab the key. Yeah, just kind of decide what I'm going to do. And I'm going to push towards the trailer park. And as I come over here, there's just gunfire everywhere to my left. But I decided I want to stop and get a fireworks flare. And I come over here, and as I park, and I barely park, this dude runs right behind my car. I don't know how he doesn't see or hear me. And I end up shooting him. Fairly decent shift. Notice I stop when I go past Aura, which how I had the sense to do that, I'll never know. But managed to get him. He's wearing a crown, so it's a particularly sweet elimination. But better yet that I don't aggravate Aura and get the NPC after me. So how I end up doing that, I don't know. But managed to get my second kill there, elimination really quickly, having not seen anybody during the first half of the match or so. Come off here, Dukes of Hazzard style, hearing folks fighting down here. And they don't notice me either, despite the fact that I drove right up in the truck. Come out and kind of third party this a little bit and get 1 and then 2 really quick kills. An MK here, like not even a decent gun at all, really. I swapped out my flapjack earlier in a cut that I edited for the MK, which I do like a lot better. So just kind of go in here, make sure I get my ammo going. I'm trying to learn lessons from before and making sure that I have ammunition loaded. That's what ends up killing me half the time. And I'm just kind of messing up. I go over here and I flip my truck, and if you remember from before, I've been trying to flip a truck for about 3 matches and can't get it done. So I get that quest done. And looking at this, my next quest is to talk to Paradise Meowscles. So I've got a vehicle, I've got time and zone. So I go over here, I'm trying to be a little bit cautious. I'm not super into crown wins, but no sense in wasting it. Since the game's going pretty good, but it's okay. So I go over here and talk to him and get my thing.
Enemy spotted.
Dressed exactly like him in the Paradise Meowscles outfit. He's sitting here fishing, not paying any attention. So I lay quite a bit of damage on him, but he gets off. Had I had anything other than the common MK, or I have a green one now from Meowscles, but I think I was shooting him with the common one. He would have been dead, but I end up not getting him. And this guy runs off. So I decided to sit here for a second. The zone's going to change in 20 seconds. Yeah, I want to just let it change so I know which direction that I want to head in. So I'm just kind of sitting here. What's my next quest? And this dude comes back for no really good reason. And so I end up taking him out. I feel kind of bad. But what are you going to do when he just comes back? So again, over here, just kind of waiting out the storm. And decide I'm going to try this third quest. It would be funny to get 3 in one game. So I go ahead and grab the fish. I did get Paradise Meowscles Purple MK, which comes in super handy later. When I'm walking by Creepy Compound, I see this. I think this is an Aurelia, but managed to get them in a few shots, which is why an epic or better gun is really critical to the win. But at this point, there's only 3 people left, and I have here is this K-Pot Cove area. And right next to me and goes up the ascender. I mean, it is so close. How they didn't see me or I didn't see them, I have no idea, but we missed each other. And I'm like, is that person right above me? I'm gonna mark. And they do, and indeed they are literally right above me in the tree. And we both need to get out of here for zone. And I tried to get them because I kind of have some idea with the mark where they are, but I'm just giving away my location and not doing anything for myself. So I kind of like, okay, you know what, I really need to go. I keep waiting for them to come down. I guess they're trying to wait me out. And so I noticed this little sort of natural bridge here because K-Pot Club is right next to where Anvil Square used to be, and Icy Island's like right outside. So this is that one house that stayed that they put on this overhang. So I decided to go in here and throw my porta bunker down. And I'm taking a little bit of fire. Again, there's only 3 of us left. So I throw down that porta bunker because I know they have to come that direction. But I have protection from above here. So it's a really great spot to drop that. And I see them coming up. I see their footprints, but I don't see them. There they are. So try with my drum shotgun. They just keep running like they're going to get away from me. So I switched to my MK and ended up getting them. So now it's down to the final 2. But I've got to go. So I'm trying to figure out where do I go. The problem with being under here is that it's covered, but I have the ascending line there. I hear that person go above me. So I go the ascender. They're right there. I go right past them. They're a little lower on the vine. And I thought they came up, but they must have fallen back down because the next thing I know, I see the marker of them swimming, and I'm like, what are they doing in the water? But that's not something I can worry about because it's in zone, and all of a sudden they went. So they must have fallen into the water and been unable to get back up, which is one of the drawbacks of the wild. It is very, you know, up and down, and you take a lot more fall damage. But managed a victory royale, a crowned win with that, and 3 of the bigger summer quests. So all in all, a really good game, and again, my love for Steamy Springs continues. On to match 3. Okay, now we're the 3rd match at Steamy Springs, and I've done well so far, and I think I'm trying to gotten the hang of it. I think Springs is it's so quiet. It has a lot of loot. There's a lot of things there, but it's really quiet. You know, we're, you know, well along in the game before I see somebody. This guy runs off, and I'm just concentrating on getting this quest done where you and yeah, I see this guy and I'm like, I'm gonna let him go, and I'm convinced the whole time that I'm gonna die getting these fish, but I managed to get them. So if you haven't done that quest for some reason, if it's still summer 23, you know, this one's a great spot. It's kind of around the edge, and you could do it in the wild. My duelist partner Runnigan or Pandanian always did his over in the wilds, and that's doable. But this place is a little quieter if you're just trying to get it done. And I've killed people trying to do it at Sunspoon Lagoon, so you know, I don't know that it's worth it. And I keep seeing somebody, like there's people around here. I see ascenders going, and I just there it goes again. Convinced that they're gonna get me, but they don't. So get this fish again. I'm like trying to look back here at the lighthouse, just convinced, but okay. And so you know, and we're here, and it's what 30s at this point, and I haven't shot it. Well, I shot at that one person. I haven't been shot at. That person didn't hardly even return fire. But again, just kind of looking around when I fish, keeping some situational awareness going, but get that done. That's a $30,000. I wish. No, very much no. 30,000 point. And so I go over here to this sanctuary, and I'm here a while. It's top 18 or so before I see anybody, and I get quite a few hits off on this person with a repeater. And they run over here to this barge, Baywatcher barge, get a few more hits on them. I can't get them. I'm like, I'm gonna get a Cybertron cannon, and just get absolutely no hits with that thing. I've been killed by it. I know people are successful with it, but the overpowered weapons just rarely work for me. I don't know what the deal is, but I find they're generally not worth keeping. Though again, Pandanian does really well with them, so who am I to say? And I just kind of sit here and sit here and sit here. Again, I see the ascender or the zip line go, but I never can get. They're way over there on top of that rock. I just fighting somebody else. I don't have to get them, but I keep a good watch. And I've had the shotgun like a dumb head. But anyways, and they take off in the car. I'm out of ammo with that gun, which happens to me quite a bit. And I see somebody swimming. I'm like, okay. Somebody swimming around. That's the person for me. But really, again, I think it's a top 10 or nearly at this point. So not a lot of action, just a real slow start. So it depends on what you want out of your game. If you want to be really busy and action-packed and shooting all the time, maybe not Steamy Springs, but or Steamy Springs. If you want a nice slow game, I think, and a winnable game, I think it's a really great spot. In fact, the best spot that I have found currently in the game. I expected that other guy to come around the corner, whoever this person was shooting at, but I never saw him. I kind of hung out here until the next storm circle. And then I really had to go and boogie, but I made a really good couple of transitions off of the Baywatcher barge here, straight to the zip line and run over. But it's a haul, like it's way over by Naughty Nets, where the next circle is. So I was on the edge, the wrong edge, and that's usually what gets me killed, is running all the way across. You know, there's still 8 people left. Landmark moments rest, huh? But I hear gunfire, but not directed at me. So I run in here and get this NPC. I hear a car coming. I just kind of ignore them and get this person, which they drive me nuts, the munitions experts. But you know, I have another partner who's always out of ammo, so maybe, you know, he definitely needs that. It drives me nuts. It's so uneventful. It's like the most uneventful game. I know this area pretty well. So I see him now, a person parachuting in across the map up to the top there. So I guess they're behind me the whole time. But I'm gonna go up here and get in this bush on the corner. Here's another person parachuting in. I don't know if that's the same person or someone else. There's definitely somebody taking that zip line over there. But I see this person on the beach. They kill somebody else. I get a couple of hits on them. not a ton, and they run all the way to the top of the hill. I just don't have the reach for it. They mark me. And I abandoned the repeater in favor of the MK. I just, for whatever reason, that works for me. Clearly, there's somebody over to my right. Can't even mess with them. Luckily, I have the NPC to kind of take some of the heat. And still just continue to engage with this person, finally get them, and then realize that whoever was to my left has got to be the only other person left. And I am just shy of the storm circle, so I'm going to have to move and abandon my post, which is not great because I have no idea where this other person is, and there's plenty of little hiding spots here at Naughty Nets. And of course, this is when they have the flare gun, so I get marked, which always just makes you nervous, and that I thought I got trapped in there, so I was really kind of sweating it, not knowing where that person is. And here I'm just blazing that repeater at me, so luckily I can get behind this rock, and as I come over I see them swimming, and it's a Renzo, and I just kind of go at him with the repeater until I win. So yet another, the second victory royale of the Steamy Springs series. So there's a reason why it's my favorite, and that's what this is. So love this one, and on to the next match. Okay, now we are rolling into match 4 after back-to-back wins at this particular site, Steamy Springs. And I'm pretty sure I said in the last match that I think one of the reasons Steamy Springs I do so well is because I'm able to orient myself, get all my guns and stuff, and just be fully healthed up, fully shielded up before I have to face anybody. But I saw several parachutes land in the area, so I know that's not true. And we're still in the top 80 or so when I'm encountered by Aaron Yeager here. And Aaron nearly gets the best of me. So, you know, I was about to, I don't know, I'm trying to make an Attack on Titan joke, but I can't make it. But I'm really happy for these health springs here at Steamy. I don't really get the chance to use them, but they are a good feature of this area if you're nearly dead like me. I swim around to get my health, but there's a ice cream cone, a health ice cream cone everywhere that I just don't see. So, like, how dumb am I? But I don't. And I look all around for a couple minutes and never see any more shield. I guess they'd already tapped it. And I keep hearing all this gunfire. And this fight has gone on and on. So I'm like, they have to be low. I'm going to look over here. And in fact, they don't have... Well, I get a fair amount of hits on that guy. Miss a few, but get a few. And kill him. And then little school kid, anime kid pack. Not doing great. So clean that up, and am able to get a tasty beverage, just what I needed, from this kid. Drop my MK, but realize that and go back for it. And then just hang around there for a while. It turns daylight, and I come over here and I see a motorcycle coming out of Meadow Mansion, and I have a purple MK. I'm feeling really good, and get some really good hits on them. I decide hiding by the propane tank is that, and then when they lay into me, they get me, and I die really fast. I don't know if you noticed when it flashed up, but they had high cards mythic, so I guess they were over at Metal Mansion and got the killed the boss and got the high card mythic, which is an exceptional weapon. So number 21 hurts the stats a bit, but still not the worst showing as far as it goes. On to the last match. Okay, here we go into the 5th and final match of this session, going into Steamy Springs, and, you know, clearly this is the best one that I've had over about, I think I'm up to, when I recorded this, about 20 different locations that I went to, and this is by far the best. But again, I say I never see anybody, and here I see somebody fighting over there at the beginning, but it's so far away. I see them. Somebody died, but I know I'm not going to be able to get that win. So I just put a secret, but I was able to get the flag captured pretty quickly and get a blue MK. So I'm sitting pretty good. Don't have a lot of shielding here. I go back inside, and probably those people from over on the hill, but somebody comes over. But I'm still conscious of the fact that I'm not quite full health. I'm a little bit hesitant to engage, but I go ahead and come over. Because I do have the gun that I prefer. And I'm able to go ahead and eliminate that guy. So I do that. And then I find my way over, I believe, to Mega City with the next storm. And just nothing interesting happened in the interim. And these get so long anyway. So I decided to come over here and sit. And I've got several of these porta bunkers. So I throw one down and think, well, this is a good place to kind of sit and watch the tide roll in or watch people come in from the storm. Though almost as soon as I set it down, the storm changes and I have to go. But just sitting there and, you know, like the top 67, and now there's not a lot's going on there. And I almost died there jumping over that billboard because there's nothing on the other side, and just caught myself in the last moment. It's almost going to be a death to gravity, which I have from time to time. But yeah, go ahead and have to move after that and sort of make our way out of Mega City and over into the sort of naughty nets back of the map area. And I always think it's cute when that little NPC gets here. So I left that in. I could have cut that, but I come up to this little, I call this the Japanese pond area. I see the Loot Island there, and I get really itchy for the Loot Island because I don't think anybody's back here. I haven't seen anybody, and I've been kind of just hanging. I keep looking and looking, and I don't see anybody. So I think, okay, I'll go down the hill and pop through this portal and see what I see. Go ahead and risk Loot Island, which I don't often do. Gamble. You don't always get the same thing out of it. It's not always what I want. So I'm very particular, so I don't always want the havoc or the sharp tooth. So, you know, I go in here and the slurp is good, and I get a gold drum, but that's about it. So not in love with the loot I got, but no harm done, and able to then use the jumper to get over here. And this is sort of behind Slappy, so get to this area behind Slappy Shores. But you can tell this isn't like my best game ever, because now I'm going up here to this lockbox, knowing I have 2 gold weapons that I got from Loot Island. So let's go ahead and mess with this marking gun a little bit, but I put it down immediately. And I'm already out of Zona. But yeah, I go up here and I'm like, oh wait, I don't need any of this. I need to concentrate more on where I'm at and what I'm doing. So I see some folks over here. Clearly there's been some fighting, but I don't get a good sight on them. I hear them, but I don't see them. They have to be right in this area. And clearly they're right down below me. You see the crown kind of clink. And I'm looking, and I, like, consistently, I'm like, I know this person is here. Where are they? I'm sure they hear me. Sort of just run out of time, and that's, you know, often what kills you in Fortnite is you just run out of time to make good decisions. And I see this, and I'm like, well, a long way to go and no good way to get there. You know, you want the high ground, but fall damage. I mean, there's always a give and take. Like, I'm gonna get this vehicle. It's really the only way I'm gonna make it across in time. And really get in good position here, because there's a couple of trucks. You can't exactly tell which one I'm in. So arguably should be good, but I see this person coming and just get a little trigger happy. And I should have thrown down a box. I have 4 porta bunkers. Why I don't use it is beyond me. And this gal comes in and just in 4 shots gets me with a gold drum. And a gold drum will get you every time, but still number 3. So we're looking at, you know, 2 second places, or two wins and a 3rd place, which is why I highly recommend Steamy Springs.